Why does the woman have to submit to the husband? Well, according to the Bible, which one fell? Which one was tempted in the garden first? According to the Bible, I'm just going by the Bible on this one because I don't want to get into no male chauvinist issues here. All right, but or feminine issues. Well, I just want to know what did the Bible say? The Bible said that Eve wandered from the side of her husband. Is that what happened? While she was in the garden, the Bible shows very clearly. It says here. Now it doesn't bring it out, but you evidently that must have been what happened because look at here in Genesis 3, verse 1. It says, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made, and he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye may eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the trees of the fruit of the garden. We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But the fruit of the trees which were in the midst of the garden, God has said, Ye shall not eat of it, not shall you touch it, lest you die." So here we find that Eve is evidently not standing by Adam's side. Somehow she is, while working, she has wandered from her husband's side. Not intentionally per se, but maybe just caught up. But at the same time, the serpent took advantage of her to tempt her into transgression. As a result of that, the Bible said the woman being deceived was in transgression, but Adam being not deceived. The woman had been deceived, but Adam was not deceived when she brought the fruit to him. And so therefore, but at the same time, because she was used as the instrument for it, God brought about the idea that the woman would be in subjection to the husband. But again, I keep emphasizing that subjection was not to make her a slave. It was not to degrade her, but was only to show her that she has to be submissive to him, but only if he is treating her with godly fear. It is not the fact that a woman, because there's some Christian men today, and unfortunately, there's some Christian men that will tell their wives that you must submit to me because the Bible, God has given me authority over you, so you must do exactly what I say. That is not what God is intending. That is a misery of abuse for a woman. That when this happens, I've been in pastoral counselings where couples have come, and they've had these very serious issues where the husband has forced the wife into submission, or from areas of conversation on down to the bedroom, to the point where the woman had no freedom or anything, and the husband was quoting to me and to others, sometimes other pastors who were in counseling, "Oh, the Bible said he must submit," and we had to sit down and explain to him what submission meant. It does not mean that because you have a desire for passion that she just got to just say okay every time you decide you want it, without taking consideration who she is, without consideration how did you go. There's a reciprocation that must take place. A woman cannot reciprocate to a man without communication. I'm sorry. You can say, no, that's not true. She's just supposed to submit. No. She must submit freely out of her own choice, out of reciprocation. That reciprocation comes on communication and how he treats her throughout the day, the week, or month, whatever it is. Okay? If that communication is not there, and a man just want to move on his passions, then he's going to have problems, because she needs to be talked with, not hollered at. She needs to be caressed, showed affection, show that everything in the marriage is not about the bedroom, but that everything in marriage is about godliness and about caring and about cherishing. And everything is not always just about sex either. Okay? That has to be understood, because we have a lot of Christian marriages that are not set up the way they should be, where there's more to the marriage than the weekend. Okay? And that's sad, but it's one thing that we see very clearly, because men fail to communicate to their wives. They fail to bring flowers. They fail to, let's say, let's go for a walk. They fail sometimes after time. In the beginning, they're doing everything. And then later on, once you got the person, I don't have to do it anymore, right? No, what you started, you must finish. If you bought cards in the beginning, you better be buying cards for the next 30 years. If you have flowers, you better make sure you keep flowers, okay? If you said I love you then, you better be saying I love you now. And you better be saying I love you when you're not in the bedroom, when you don't have a need to just got to be with somebody, be with your wife. You need to be saying I love you based on principles, character issues, or the little things that she does, not the thing that you want done. The biggest issue we find today is people said, I want somebody to love me. That is where we make a mistake. We must find somebody we can love. And that person who we love will reciprocate and give love back without force or coercion. This is the type of love we're looking for. And the Bible is very clear. Who can find a virtuous woman? Her price is above rubies. She will do her. Now, what it says in the text is very interesting. It says she will do her husband good and not evil not some, all the days of her life. How is that? How can you find a woman that will do her husband good and not evil all days of her life? Because if she's going to do her husband good, then get this. Is there a line of not submitting anymore to her husband? There's no such thing. If the husband treats the wife in such a way that she wants to do him good all the days of his life, would mean that he's having good communication. It means that he's having good relation of talking and sharing. It means they have disagreements, but they know how to work through them. It means that she has security and that she don't have to worry about him looking at another woman or going after anybody else. She sees him she knows that his heart is knit to hers. And in turn, it awakens her with a response of, with an overwhelming desire to be around her husband, to be near her husband, and to trust her husband. This is what it does. So I just want to make sure you understand that. So as we look at that picture. So the line of submitting is like this when there's not a good relationship going on between a husband and wife. But when the relationship is there is no line of submission, because the wife doesn't need to worry about a husband being overt or intemperate.